Good evening, America. Hello, Chicago. And what's up, West Side? This is P. Ray of Black Excellence Hour, a show for people with high self-esteem. You could have been doing anything on this lovely, warm Sunday afternoon, and you chose to come hang out with me today at Black Excellence Hour. And as always, I appreciate the company. If you are watching live on the Black Excellence Hour's Facebook page, or live on the Intellectual Radio's Facebook page, be sure to share the live. Today's show is it's called Agenda 47 and not Project 2025. See, there is a huge trick that's being played on Black people, and it's because Black folks are moving on. I have a secret for you. Are you ready? The secret is Black Chicago is voting for Trump. Pass it on. Black Chicago, we are done. We have moved on. Okay. We are completely over the Democratic Party and their shenanigans. And so, for that reason, we have moved on politically. However, they are not ready to go. They're like an abusive partner that's like, if I can't have you, nobody will have you. So they have really put out this whole campaign to trick us. And the way that they've been doing it is through this boogeyman called Project 2025. So today we're going to talk all about that so that we can get all of that stupidity off the stage. It is the stupidest thing that I have heard in a very long time. All these people like, hey, you like Trump. It's Project 2025. They say that they gonna take the biscuits off the menu at Papa's on page 738. They gonna throw away all the pressing combs that's on page 43. Whoa, Lord, they said that they gonna stop selling turkey tails. No, all of that stuff is a lie. And today we're gonna get rid of all of that gaslighting because I like to believe, at least, that the people here in the great city of Chicago, those not only just in Chicago, but across our listening audience, because we're much bigger than just the city, we deserve to be told the truth. So today we are going to completely go through that together. We're going to go over what Agenda 47 is, because that is Trump's actual plan, not agenda or project 2025. And therefore you too can tell people, shut up, dummy. God, I don't even like calling people dumb, but this is like the stupidest stuff I've ever seen. I digress because I could go on and on. First things first, we're going to get a dose of self-esteem from the greatest president, the Teflon Don, the best to do it, people, period. This is why they are so angry with the man, because we know that he's the best. He knows that he's the best, and all of the mediocre people are hating on him. That man is Donald J. Trump Sr., the 47th president, or the 45th president, soon to be president number 47. Roll tape.
This nation. You built this nation. You're just starting to get real credit for that. Okay, I don't know if you know that. You're just starting to you built the nation. We all built it, but you were such a massive part of it. Bigger than you were given credit for. Does that make sense? Right? But through generations of blood, sweat, and tears, and you deserve a government that defends your interests, protects your families, and cares for our own citizens first.
Uh-oh.
My administration is fighting with everyone and all our heart to reverse the pain inflicted by Democrat leaders. And to deliver hope and opportunity and prosperity for all Americans, but for African American communities all throughout our land. And our agenda is lifting up citizens of every background, race, religion, color, and creed. But while we are fighting every day to build up our nation, the far left only wants to wreck, ruin, and destroy our nation.
All right, all right, all right. Again, that was Donald John Trump Sr. letting black people know that we built this country. I want to let you know that I've done my research and he is the only sitting president to give us this type of credit. So shout out to Donald Trump. He is not feeding into the lie that America hates us, like Jim Crow Joe went to Morehouse and said. Moving on. So this week we have had a lot of development in this Vice President Kamala Harris as the Democratic nominee. Now, what's going on is that number one, people are super duper ooper upset because she was not the person that they selected in the primaries. They're saying that Kamala and everybody else knew good and well that Jim Crow Joe was not going to be healthy enough to do this. And because they knew that, they should have made plans to keep him off the ballot because we have millions upon millions upon millions upon votes. And those votes are all thrown out. And now the party itself has selected the nominee. Whereas they should have had an open caucus and allowed everyone who wanted to run, who could gather up the votes, they should have been able to just go out there and vote for it themselves. However, we know that the Democrats love to tell people what to do. They love to manipulate people. They love to do violence. And so now Kamala is being pushed as the nominee. Also, we had 40,000 black women get on a Zoom call to say that they supported Kamala. Now, y'all know P. Ray is an AKA, so I definitely was on the call. Let me give y'all the skinny of the trick that they're about to play. They said that they want us to focus on Project 2025, push that, push that, push that, push that. Even though everybody knows that it's a scam, they want that scam to be pushed. They're also putting it out there that they really need the black vote because the black vote is teetering a little bit, teeter tottering. And they are trying to couch this as we are trying to preserve our way of life. We, meaning the people who were on this call. What they want to do, like they did before with the Chucks and Pearls, is they want to brand Kamala as the as the apex of blackness, right? So we know that she has a Jamaican father and an Indian mother, which means she has two immigrant parents. She's a first generation American, which means that she is absolutely not at all a Negro. Okay, so a lot of people were saying Kamala's not black, and there was a lot of back and forth between that. So we're going to go over a really quick lesson. We're going to talk about nationality, race, and ethnicity. American people, let's look at the stage at the View. Okay. So we got the View, we got Joy, Whoopi, Sunny, and whoever else is there. I don't know who else is there. However, all of those women on that stage, they are American. Okay. That is the nationality for everyone. Whoopi and Sunny, they belong to the black race because they both are of African descent. However, Whoopi is the only Negro ethnically on the stage because she is a descendant of a freedman. So Kamala is not a descendant of a freedman. We have absolutely nothing in common with this woman at all, not even a little bit. She put out this video and she said that she watches her greens like she's the expert greens cooker, and everybody calls her and they're like, "Oh girl, can you make our greens?" And one year she had so many greens to cook that she had to wash them in the bathtub, y'all, because she was going to be the belle of the ball when it came to the greens. What? Who called Kamala to ask her to make their Christmas greens? She said that she got the call, and Black America was outraged because we were like, wait a minute, we're not washing our greens in the bathtub. However, she is the expert green cooker in her world. She also, I want to point out, the reason that she doesn't talk about her Jamaican heritage is because her father called her a disgrace to their ancestors, because when she went on Charlemagne the God's show, he spoke about her smoking weed. And he asked her, "Hey, you locked up a lot of people for weed. Do you smoke?" She's like, "Of course I smoke. I'm a Jamaican." Ha ha ha. And her daddy was like, He actually put out a press release. And this press release said, number one, the cannabis seed came from India. The Indians brought it to Jamaica when they came with the British Empire. So she's going to talk about somebody smoking weed. She needs to put that on her mother and her Indian blood. Number two, the Jamaican people have been trying for ages to get rid of the stereotype associated with them and smoking weed. So he called it actually a sophomoric stereotype. He said that she was a disgrace to her family and her ancestors and to keep the people of Jamaica out of all her mess, which is why she's talking about making greens and not talking about cooking kalio. She's not talking about no oxtails, no jerk chicken, no nothing at all, because they told her, girl, not you. However, um, we also know that as they are pushing her on Black people, she doesn't have anything for Black people. Listen to what she said when they asked her what she was going to do for Black folks. Roll tape.
But there's not a particular policy for African Americans that you would explore.
But no, if you look at the reality of who will benefit from certain policies, when you take into account that they're not starting at the same place and they're not starting on equal footing, it will directly benefit Black children, Black families, Black homeowners, because the disparities are so significant. So if we focus on the specific issues that have resulted in the greatest disparities, and we understand that that's part of why we're doing it. Listen, the reality also is this: any policy that will benefit Black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No, because whatever benefits that Black family will benefit that community and society as a whole and the country.
So she said right there, she is not doing anything specifically for Black people. However, when they asked her what she was going to do with the immigrants, oh, y'all, check this out. Roll tape.
On January 20th, 2021, if you are president, what specifically would you do with the thousands of people who try to reach the United States every day and want a better life through asylum?
Immediately on January 20th of 2021, I will, first of all, we cannot forget our DACA recipients, and so I'm going to start there. I will immediately, by executive action, reinstate DACA status and DACA protection to those young people. I will further extend protection for deferral of deportation for their parents and for veterans, who we have so many who are undocumented and have served our country and fought for our democracy. I will also immediately put in place a meaningful process for reviewing the cases for asylum. I will release children from cages. I will get rid of the private detention centers. And I will ensure that this microphone that the President of the United States holds in her hand is used in a way that is about reflecting the values of our country. Right?
On January 20th.
Sorry about that. So she had a whole plan for the immigrants, and she said that she does not have anything for Black folks, because if she does something for Black people, any policies that help Americans will help Black people, but she has specific things for the immigrant population. Now, also remember, guys, again, she's a first-generation American. They are about to try to Barack Obama us once again, but they didn't Barack Obama me. I'm just telling y'all, they are once again trying to put foreign Black people in front of us to have them cosplay Negroes in order to push their very harmful agenda. However, we also know that Kamala is an Indian woman. And so we know that, or you would assume that the Indian community would have her back, right? They've had Black women for Kamala, Black men for Kamala, gays for Kamala, white women for Kamala, Hispanics for Kamala. Everybody has hosted a call but the Indians, her direct kin people. I found this video online from this Indian guy, and he gave us a perspective from the Indian community. Let's check this out. Roll tape.
Kamala Harris, you are not getting any vote from the Indian community, specifically because you do not talk like this. You are half Indian, and I've never seen you eat chicken tikka masala. Kamala Harris, have you even seen Om Shanti Om? Do you even know how to say hello in Hindi? It is Kyawa, by the way. But don't use that in your speech. I have not seen you wear a sari once in your life. Donald Trump will get the Indian vote, however. Do you know who runs all of Trump's IT software? That is correct. Indians. We run all the tech support on Truth Social. Kamala, I don't ever want you using your half Indianness ever again. We revoke your Indian access. You are not allowed to Uber eat from any Indian restaurant ever again. Indians, shame Kamala Harris. Shame.
So we got the actual Indians, just like her Jamaican people, who said, keep us out of this. We don't want any parts of this farce. So because she's been kicked out of both of her ethnicities, she is now here to impose herself into the Negro race. And for that, we say, leave Black women out of this, y'all. I am an AKA and I graduated from an HBCU. So they're literally using my image to push this farce. Y'all understand that? You also have to understand that 40,000 women on a phone call, that only represents 0.08% of the Black population in this country. So that call is not indicative of any type of voting patterns whatsoever. 0.08% of the population was on that call. Moving on, before I start talking about my Donnie, I want to give you an update on our moves that we're making. There is a Trump mural on 70th and Hosted. It is a picture of him. It's pretty big, and he has blood on the ear, and then it has a little quote bubble, and it says the CIA missed. And so because that has been allowed to stay there, the people in that area, we talked to them. They said they want to have a Trump rally, and we're bringing a Trump rally to Inglewood next Saturday. It's going down. We will be on 70th and Hosted next Saturday at 12 noon when the sun is up and bright. You will see a huge tent shaped like an American flag. And then come there. We are going to be doing voter registration. We're going to have waters. We're going to have the war drummer. We're going to have music. A lot of people from the community are coming because everyone says, P-Ray, you do everything on the west side. You do nothing out south. So this is our south side chance. Again, next Saturday at high noon, 70th and Hosted in front of the Trump mural. Moving on. They have, because my Donnie was winning, let's go there first. They're putting out this lie that Kamala is surging and she's beating him in certain polls. All of that's a lie, y'all. All of that is a bald-faced lie. Yes, she has gained more support. No, she is not beating my Donnie. Not here, not there, not anywhere. Not even a little bit. Not even in anybody's wildest dreams is this happening. So I'm going to read you off a couple of polls just so that we understand what's going on, because again, there is lots of money invested in tricking us right now, y'all. Like lots and lots and lots of money. They want to trick us. So according to the Redfield Rank D poll, and I get this from Political Polls on Twitter, and these are all the swing states. In Arizona, they have Trump up by 3. In Florida, they have Trump up by 8. In Georgia, they have Trump up by 5. In Michigan, they have Trump up by 3. Put a pause right there. Do you know that CNN did a report and said that, oh, we polled Black people in Michigan and Trump got 0% of the vote? A lie. You see, these are the lies. Why wouldn't our cousins in Detroit, Benton Harbor, Flint, Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, all of those Black people, they haven't gotten the secret yet? Yes, they know the secret, but they are trying again to get in our brains to make us believe that people are not supporting the president when they are. Pin out. Nevada, up by 2. North Carolina, Trump up by 3. Pennsylvania up by 4. And Wisconsin is currently a tie. So once again, no, she is not beating him. Also, in the Emerson polling, when they did the delegate count, they have my Donnie winning the delegate count with 286 votes, up 44 from Harris's anticipated 242 votes. When they did the poly market odds of winning, they gave Trump a 60% chance of winning and Harris a 38% chance of winning. So, again, my people, if you want to check this out, you can go to Political Polls on Twitter, and they compile all of the political polls there. Check it out. Moving on. Because they are losing, they are really pushing out these lies about Madani. And they're saying that, he's going to cut Social Security, he's going to cut Medicaid. So I found some information when he spoke about that. Roll tape.
Will not cut one penny from Social Security or Medicare, and I will not raise the retirement age by 1 day, not by 1 day. And for 4 years, I didn't. For 4 years, you saw that, I didn't. By contrast, Kamala Harris cast a tie-breaking vote to cut Medicare by $237 billion. You didn't know that? A betrayal of American seniors. She betrayed American seniors. She's the one that cast the final vote.
All right. So again, he's not going to cut it. She actually cast the vote that took away, she cast the vote to cut Medicare by $237 billion. She was the tie-breaking vote as vice president. See, we don't have to get caught up in like what her sex life is. We don't have to qualify her as a Black person, even though, again, it's very infuriating that she is playing with my image like this. We're just going to keep on making her stand on her record. She is going to stand on her record, period. She said that she locked up the Black vote because she literally locked up the Black vote. Black folks were suffering in California under the Attorney General named Kamala Harris. We also know, and again, I have so much and I can go on and on, but this is my last piece on Kamala in this segment. I want to read something to you that was published in The Observer on March 4th, 2015. The title says, California prosecutor falsifies transcript of confession. Court of Appeal slams Attorney General Kamala Harris again. So she had a habit of actually doctoring the legal papers. And then when she got caught doing it and it went to the Supreme Court, she was like, oh, so? And they were like, no, not no, oh, so. Let them people out. So again, she has a lot of baggage. We're not going to talk under her clothes. I don't care about what she did with Willie Brown. I don't care about what she did with Montel Williams. None. I don't care about her and the pool parties and the tapes and all that kind of stuff. Don't bring that my way. I'm never going to talk under her clothes. That is my soror, and I'm going to respect her as a woman. However, she is the adversary in this fight, and we're going to slaughter her on her own record. Moving on. The Democrats have determined that they don't believe that she is actually going to be able to get the vote. And what I mean by that is I just read you the polls. She's not doing well in the poll. And now they're trying to figure out what she's going to do. They took down the video that I was going to play. Let's see if I can pull it through in a different way since I can't get it how I want it. A lot of times when people put up these videos online, the DNC goes really quickly to try to pull it down. So I'm going to play this for you, and I'm going to try to play it through the microphone because it is not going how I want it to go. Or let me try something really quick. This came from Colin Rugg. Let's see how it sounds through the mic. One moment. Roll tape.
To have more resources in the states and cities that are supporting migrants. And I believe we need to create a pathway to citizenship. All of that is part of what we need to do for comprehensive immigration reform. Kamala Harris will work with Congress and get that done. The border.
Well, that was Elizabeth Harris. I'm sorry, Elizabeth Warren, excuse me. She was talking about the Democrats and their plan to get the border together and how Kamala is going to work with the border and she's going to work with Congress to get all of this done. Remember, friends, she was in charge of the border. She was literally the border czar. And now they're like, she wasn't the border czar. She was just supposed to find the root causes. You don't get away with it that easy. Oh, yeah, you were in charge of that border and we got way too many illegals in the city of Chicago for her to to be doing her job properly. Also, because the DNC is coming, they anticipate that there are going to be 25,000 more illegals bust here before the 19th. So within the next 21 days, we're about to get 25,000 people that Kamala Harris was in charge of stopping at the border. Don't fall for this trick. It is a trick. It is a lie. And we here at Black Excellence Hour are way too smart, and our self-esteem is way too high in order for them to trick us like they're doing. Which brings us to the meat of today's show, a trick. I'm going to play this video for you guys. Taraji P. Henson got on the BET Awards, and she made this PSA against Project 2025. Now, I personally love Taraji. My ex-husband worked in the film scene here in Chicago, and he worked very closely with Taraji for a couple of years. He absolutely loved everything about her. He said she wanted to help him, make sure that he got his money. Don't let these people trick you. Let me put you on more projects. So through her mentorship, she directly helped my family. So thank you to Taraji P. Henson for that. However, she crashed Oprah's Color Purple musical. Remember, she was like, she's not going to get paid. And it just made people turn off from that movie. So the movie crashed. She's been blacklisted in Hollywood. So the DNC employed her to come on the BET Awards and tell this lie to Black folks. Roll tape.
Time for us to play chess, not checkers. It's about making decisions that will affect us as human beings, our careers, our next generations to come. Did you know that it is now a crime to be homeless? Pay attention. It's not a secret. Look it up. They are attacking our most vulnerable citizens. The Project 2025 plan is not a game. Look it up. Time for us to play.
Okay. She said it's not a game. Look it up. Because she wants to get in your feelings and have you get nervous. Because, woo, child, page 297 say that they gonna take all the hair grease out the stove, and Black women gonna have dry hair. Page 498 say that they are gonna pass out clippers and they cutting off everybody's dreadlocks. I mean, they just making all this stuff up because it's a 900-page document and nobody truly read it. So what I'm going to do is first go through Project 2025, and then we're going to talk about Agenda 47 so that you are not being tricked like they anticipate us to be tricked. Before we do that, we're going to take a couple calls so that we can go straight into the meat of the show. And if you want to join the queue, 773-345-9977, 773-345-9977. Let's go to the callers. Welcome to Black Excellence Hour.
Recall Brandon.
Recall Brandon.
You got it. So how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, Jim. How you doing?
Good. You have a wonderful monologue as usual, and I'm trying to get you back on V1. We'll see what happens.
Anyways, I don't think they want me.
Well, they need you. But anyways, sorry, Adam was in my office again today because I did some more work on him and his girlfriend, and he was telling me, he's showing me his messages, all these people in Chicago that aren't supporting these Democrats. And so what you're saying about what's going on is absolutely the case. I think you're right on the money, and I think a lot of people aren't aware of how big the emotional wave is against these Democrats. You know, even on Robert McKay's show today, you know, I call and you've got the usual clips in and all these people calling in with the same old garbage. But a lot of other people are pointing out correctly, hey, you know, we've been supporting you guys for all these years. What are you doing with the money? Or what do we get for what are we getting for what our voting is done to? What are we getting for the votes? Nothing.
Nothing.
And so I think this is rewarding. This is resonating very well with people, and we got to keep this movement going. I was going to say, something else I want to tell you, and I forgot. But there's a great new ad. I sent you a copy. It's a new prescription called The Brain, and you should play it. It's a wonderful parody on taking a drug called A Brain.
Mm-hmm.
It is needed for this reason and that reason. It's a great parody. It's so funny and so clever. You should play it. It's wonderful. It's like, you know, Yeah, I won't get the details. I sent you a link. You should play it. It's really good.
All right.
Play it on the air if you can.
Yep. We'll add that
And
to the
also
show.
And also, one more thing. There's a great little clip when Tulsi Gabbard was debating Kamala Harris in the VP debates, and she was bringing all these things that she did yesterday. Like,
It's in queue. It's in queue, Jim. We got plenty of content. I didn't want to give it all today. It's just piece by piece.
Right. And when you look at her face just melts. Harris. It's such a wonderful clip.
And it's funny.
That's the thing. These people don't understand. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say Tulsi Gabbard is an Indian as well. So they couldn't. There was nothing that anybody could have said because an Indian woman called out a fellow Indian and said that you are not qualified.
Exactly. When she brought up all these good examples of what she did, I mean, how she hid evidence is almost like Burge in Chicago, how he did all these things to these people and put them in jail needlessly. So we have to bring it up. We have to make a correlation of Burge and Kamala Harris.
I love it.
I'm going to start saying that Burge did.
I'm going to share that with the campaign.
Sorry?
I said I'm going to share that with the campaign.
That's right.
Thank you, Jim.
No, my pleasure. We got a country to save. God bless you. We'll talk to you soon.
God bless America. Talk to you later.
Yes, ma'am. Be good.
773-345-9977. 773-345-9977. Let's take another call. Welcome to Black Excellence Hour.
Hi, P. Ray. This is Dennis, and let's go, Brenda.
Let's go, Brandon. How you doing?
No, let's go, Brenda.
Oh, who's Brenda?
Brenda is out. It's Brenda.
Oh,
yeah, Kamala Harris.
Let's go, Brenda.
Yeah. Not only that, P. Ray, but now she made a speech that said that she assaulted children and said how dumb they are, and that's why they're in the dorms. She said that in one of her speech.
She sure did. I'm telling you, I got all. When I say all, I have all the clips in the queue. I just didn't give it to everybody yet at one time, just piece by piece. So this week was about her not really about her literally saying that she's not going to do anything for Black people, literally. And then they go and they get all these Black people and line them up and say, y'all come support this lady. But the gag is, Dennis, if you go on her website, there's absolutely no policies printed on the website. No policies, no platforms. All it has is a volunteer link and a fundraising link. So people don't even know what they're supporting.
Not only that, but now she want to she talking about if she win the White House, she plan on using an executive order to ban all guns.
Yes, sir.
Not only that, universal background check and red flag laws.
See, who has time for that?
Now, you're right. Now she remind me of the 44th president with this insane idea.
Well, they're both hard leftists. So, yeah, they're hard leftists who are very ingratiated to the immigrant community because they have parents who, are international.
Yes. And here's the thing. When people say, when I wear my MAGA hat and I wear it with pride and stuff, and they say, make America great again, and you got some of these morons, the oxymorons, asking questions. When was America great for you? I said, when I was born.
You should have told them today. What do you mean? America's great now.
I say since I was born on January 14, 1963. That's when America was great. It was great for me. And it's going to be great for those. Now, some of them talking about, well, I'm not going to vote for Trump. He's a racist. My question to them is this. If you hate Trump so much, why did you love his stimulus check when he gave them out?
True. It's very true. And if they hated Trump so much, well, again, they're lying because they don't hate Trump. The TV told them to hate Trump. And this is why they're doing all of this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, let me tell you something about Kamala Harris. I'd rather for a pack of rats not to vote for Kamala Harris than the Black voter, because the rats gonna have enough sense that there's no leadership in Kamala Harris and stuff. And they're gonna find out when the debate show, whenever Trump debate, And you know what? If I was Trump, I would tell them, you know what? I would debate Kamala Harris. Debate me on Fox and Newsmax. That's where the debate should be at. Let the Democrats feel some heat. And so, because as Republicans, we're tired of going to behind enemy territory, and then they cut us off. They want to argue with us. They want to do everything they can. So let's see how it feels if Kamala Harris have the heart to go on Newsmax and or Fox. Let's see how that will work out.
Man, I told them, I'm trying to, again, I'm a surrogate for the campaign. And I was telling them that y'all need to send P. Ray. Send me. I'm a Black woman on the west side of Chicago. I'm an AKA. I graduated from Hampton, and I am MAGA to the bone. So everything that I say, they can't misconstrue it as racist, as sexist, as anti-HBCU, nothing at all. Because she's telling everybody that we're the same. So let me go talk to her. And they were like, hey, that's a good point. So you might see me somewhere soon. I told them, send me to The View. That's where I want to go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got one who got the shape of a Chinese spy balloon and the other one who still owes us money for reparations. So I'm still waiting.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you.
773-345-9977, 773-345-9977. I don't talk about people's shapes because y'all know I got my foot fixed and I got all this extra weight on my body, but the Lord is going to deliver me from it very, very soon, because on August 22nd, I will be a guest on Revolt TV on the Teslin Figaro show, and I'm going to be on a panel in Atlanta after the DNC nominees speech. So I will be the Republican voice on Revolt, and I got to get myself together because they will hear all this great stuff and then be like, but look at her, she chubby. So if you see me eating some cake, some ice cream, some tacos, chicken wings, anything like that, you see me eating in the street, come up to me and knock it out my hand. Please, I need the help. I digress. Let's get back to Project 2025. So we heard Taraji push that lie. Well, my Donnie came back and he responded to that lie. Let's listen to his response, and then we're going to dissect this lie together. Roll tape.
And the other side's going around trying to make me sound extreme, like I'm an extremist. I'm not. I'm a person with great common sense. I'm not an extremist at all. Like some on the right, severe right, came up with this Project 25, and I don't even know. I mean, some of them I know who they are, but they're very, very conservative, just like you have. They're sort of the opposite of the radical left, okay? You have the radical left and you have the radical right, and they come up with this, I don't know what the hell it is, it's Project 25. He's involved in Project, and then they read some of the things and they are extreme. I mean, they're seriously extreme. But I don't know anything about it. I don't want to know anything about it. But what they do is misinformation and disinformation.
All right. So you heard Trump say out of his own mouth that he does not have anything to do with that. He also wrote on Truth Social, I know nothing about Project 2025. I have no idea who's behind it. I disagree with some of the things they're saying, and some of the things they're saying are absolutely ridiculous and abysmal, such as no more, we can't fry our chicken on the stove in the grease anymore. You can only make fried chicken in the air fryer. That's on page 458 of Project 2025. I'm lying, y'all, but it's just ridiculous. However, he says, anything they do, I wish them luck, but I have nothing to do with them. Now, there was a breakdown of Project 2025, and we're going to go through this together. We're going to go over the myths versus the facts. And the Heritage Foundation put this out, okay? So they're even defending their plan. They said, we are not affiliated with former President Trump. We are a coalition of more than 110 conservative groups advocating policy and personnel recommendations. Number one, end no-fault divorce. False. Divorce is not mentioned in our policy handbook mandate for leadership. 2, complete ban on abortions without exceptions. False. The mandate for leadership calls for the government to comply with laws that prevent federal funding of abortion. It also calls for federal support to alternatives for abortion, such as adoption. 3, ban contraceptives. False. The mandate for leadership says nothing about banning or restricting contraceptives. 4, additional tax breaks for corporations and the 1%. That is misleading. The mandate for leadership calls for lower taxes for all Americans to stimulate economic growth and put more money in Americans' pockets. There are a bunch of them. Again, this is not Trump's plan, so I'm not going to go through all of it. But they did say that the actual document is called the Mandate for Leadership. The Mandate for Leadership does not call for cutting Social Security. It does not call for raising the retirement age. It wants to curb abuses of the Affordable Care Act. They want to lower drug prices. They did not say that they do want to eliminate the Department of Education. They said since the department was created, educational outcomes have not improved, and the American school system has increasingly falling behind other countries. Giving more controls back to the state and local governments and expanding school choice will improve educational outcomes for all Americans. Duh. We could see that right here in the city of Chicago, where Black literacy and CPS sits at 8%. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, not even 9. That means if they got 100 kids, only 8 of them are reading in the schools. So I stand with them on that. It makes sense. Anyway, you can go through this. I will post this on the Black Excellence Hours Facebook page. I also have it on my personal Facebook page, and it's a public post. Let's talk about Agenda 47, because that, friends, is what we need to be paying attention to. And if you go and you write down all of the problems that you have in America right now as an individual, there is a solution in Agenda 47 for it. I'm going to read the points to you. Number 1, seal the border and stop the migrant invasion. 2, carry out the largest deportation operation in American history. 3, end inflation and make America affordable again. 4, make America the dominant energy producer in the world by far. 5, stop outsourcing and turn the United States into a manufacturing superpower. 6, large tax cuts for workers and no tax on tips. 7, defend our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, and our fundamental freedoms, including freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and the right to keep and bear arms. 8, prevent World War III, restore peace in Europe and in the Middle East, build a great Iron Dome missile defense shield over our entire country, all made in America. 9, end the weaponization of the government against the American people. 10, stop the migrant crime epidemic, demolish foreign drug cartels, crush gang violence, and lock up violent offenders. 9, rebuild our cities, including Washington, D.C., make them safe, clean, and beautiful again. Next, because these are bullet points and I don't know what number I'm on, strengthen and modernize our military, making it without question the strongest and most powerful in the world. Next, keep the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency. Next, fight for and protect Social Security and Medicare with no cuts, including no changes to the retirement age. Next, cancel the electric vehicle mandate and cut costly and burdensome regulations. Next, cut federal funding for any schools pushing critical race theory, radical gender ideology, and other inappropriate racial, sexual, and political content on our children. Next, keep men out of women's sports. Next, deport pro-Hamas radicals and make our college campuses safe and patriotic again. Next, secure our elections, including same-day voting, voter identification, paper ballots, and proof of citizenship. Lastly, unite our country by bringing it to new and record levels of success. Why would anybody be mad at that? Why? They don't want to tell you about Agenda 47 because Agenda 47 has all of the solutions and Kamala does not have any. None, not a one, not a zip. There is nothing on the website. Literally, y'all, if y'all go there right now, you're not going to see any content about a platform or a policy. My Donnie has it on his website, and I just gave you 20 concise points. Not none of this 900 Project 2025, because Project 2025 is such a dense document that they expect for people not to read it. And so then people just listen to what other people tell them about it. And then it does not align with what it really is. They are depending on you to be stupid. And we're not stupid, y'all. We are very, very intelligent. Our people have been in this country paying taxes and eating cornbread for a very long time. So we will not and cannot allow the children of the immigrants to come into our country and trick us out of our political power in order to advance them in their immigrant cause. That is not our business. Every time they talk about migrants or immigrants and all that kind of stuff, they're saying, we ain't talking about you Negroes, not you Negroes, because we're not immigrants. That's not our business. But you know what is our business? Securing that border. That's the business of the American people. So you want to listen to people talking about deportation, because Frederick Douglass, even in the 1840s, was talking about how immigration hurt the wages of the freedmen in the United States, and slavery was still going on. Okay, so this was an issue back in 1840 that Frederick Douglass talked about. Then they talked about it in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s on to today. So anytime they're talking about deportation, I want you to go, yes, we can. I guess that would be Barack Obama. But straight up, that is all of your business, deportations. When they talk about taxes, if you got a job, you want tax cuts. So remember that those who are pushing you to vote for Kamala, they don't care if you pay high taxes, because they probably aren't paying taxes. You understand? People who are paying taxes, they want tax cuts, period. I mean, I don't understand how any of this is a point of contention for anybody, except if you're getting paid to push a lie. And the Biden campaign has invested millions upon millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of dollars into Black media to push these scripts that the DNC has concocted. They are really counting on us being stupid. And this is why we have to stick together, y'all. We got to stick together. We got to keep everything that we're doing very, 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 very tight. Because if we don't, I'm telling you, you better learn you some Spanish. You better figure out what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, because we all know and understand that all of the jobs now are asking for bilingual preferred. And our Chicago public school Spanish cannot compete against a native speaker. So then that effectively removes us from the workforce. Please don't fall for the trick. We also understand that they are trying to introduce or slowly roll in this universal income. Want to know why they're rolling in universal income? Because you, American people, will not be able to work, because they have all these people here undercutting the wages of Americans and then speaking a language that we are not fluent in. You understand? This is a very, very serious matter of life and death in this country for Black people. They're taking them out of the shelter so that they can put our people in the shelters, because the housing subsidy that the illegals have is higher than market rate rent and Section 8. So because the property taxes are going through the roof because we are paying for all these illegals, now the landlords have no other choice but to take the higher housing subsidy to pay their higher tax bill, which again makes Americans homeless. We have a presidential candidate who says she supports an open border and giving them all the resources that they need. But what resources are we giving them? Our tax money. And that's why they don't want to give us a tax cut. That's why they have nothing but tax bills for us. So again, do not be tricked or dismayed by the lie of Project 2025. That is not our business. That's like us, Black Excellence Hours audience. We all get together and we said we're going to form a PAC, a political action committee, and then we craft policy. So we have this policy and it's all kind of good stuff, right? Black folks, we only work 4 days a week, 36-hour schedules. We get free housing, no taxes, free school. They're going to give everybody a gun to replace the guns that they took from the ancestors. They're going to give us back all the land, so on and so forth. We come up with a beautiful plan and we publish it. Just because P. Ray is a surrogate for the Trump campaign does not mean that Donald Trump is going to sign on to our Black Excellence Hour policy statement. It's the same thing for the Heritage Foundation. Just because many of them worked for President Trump does not mean that he's attached to that. So if you are hearing people once again trying to push Project 2025 on you, those people are idiots. And I hate calling people out their name. Y'all know P. Ray does not like that at all, but these are stupid people. Stupid people who are not reading, who are not researching, who are not listening, who are not doing anything but trying to align themselves with this social movement that they're trying to push from the Democrats to bring Black folks back on the plantation. And we gone. We are out. I went outside, y'all, because it's nice. Y'all know West Side people like to go outside. So I went to the Circle. Well, it's not the Circle now. It's like the Snake. However, I go to Garfield Park. It's a whole bunch of people out there. Got my car all washed and shined up. Went out there and started talking to the people. Well, friends, when I went out there and I was polling the people in the audience, all of them said they voting for Trump. One boy said, yeah, ain't all Black people voting for Trump this time? Ain't that what we doing? I said, yes, that's what we doing. I said, but I thought it was a secret. He said, no, ain't no secret. We all saying we vote for Trump. Ain't nobody finna vote for that Indian lady. She put all them Black people in jail in California. She don't be talking about nothing. She didn't close the border. Why would we vote for her? So what I do know for a fact is that Black Chicago is voting for Donald Trump. And remember, friends, we only need 30% of the voters, of the Black voters in Cook County to flip the entire state red. So if we get our 30%, we got it. We won. We flipped the state. The state of Illinois was able to send their delegates to the Electoral College in support of Donald Trump. That's going to be our contribution in order to get the border closed and get this deportation going. So again, make sure you tell everybody here, there, everywhere, here and afar, close and afar, that Black Chicago is voting for Donald Trump. Also, invite them to come and join us voting for Donald Trump. Lastly, stop arguing, y'all. No more arguing, no more fussing, no more fighting about none of this. Made up minds are made up today. Okay, so we're not going to convince people. We're not going to do any of that. If people are happy with $4.50 gas, let them stay. If they're happy with $3 eggs, let them stay. If they're happy with rents going up 30% in the past 4 years, let them stay. If they're happy with the fact that the city of Chicago has been flooded with illegals and we have spent $400 million of our tax money on them while Americans right now are sleeping on dirty sidewalks and tents, let them stay. If they are happy with the level of criminality that the progressive movement that victimizes villains has put us in, let them stay. We don't want them. I promise you, we don't got to fight them. I'm saying that it's stupid on this mic, but I would never be like, you stupid. No, nope. Because when I go outside and I got my MAGA hat on, or if I got my Trump pen on, they like, you support Trump and so do. Yes, I do. Queen MAGA. P. Ray is Queen MAGA of the city of Chicago, and everybody know it. Even today, I was driving to the studio, coming down Madison, turning on to Central, and the guys that hang out up there was up there. So one of the guys say, hey, Miss Lady. So I turn around. He like, Trump, baby, Trump to the world. I say, Trump to the world. I put my fist out the window because everybody knows the move. Everybody. I'm telling you guys, this is so exciting. People told us initially that none of this was going to work, that Black people were not going to support Trump. Black people did not want to hear the MAGA message. Black people were not going to switch parties, and all of it is happening in real time. And this is so exciting. This is such a beautiful thing. So remember, y'all, I don't have any enemies that I know that want to hurt me. I don't do drugs. My car is pretty stable. So if anything happens to me because we are messing these people up so bad, they did it. They did not expect for any of this to work. Before the show ends, I'm going to leave you guys with this story that happened to me today. As you know, I'm on Twitter. Join me on Twitter at Chicago Red P. Chicago Red P. Join me on Twitter. I'm telling you, I have a ball on this app. So this white guy who likes to call himself an independent centrist. He is in the tech world here. So he's one of the tech funders. He sends me this long thing that's like, you're being tricked by Trump and Trump supporters are idiots and you guys just can't see what's coming before you. And I had to tell him, you don't live in my neighborhood. You didn't go to school with me. You not on our blocks. You don't have our problems. Who are you, all-knowing white man, to think that you can just impose your views into our politics and then we're supposed to move over to do what you told us to do? No. We're not doing that. Then he's like, well, you guys just don't see what's coming ahead of you. I said, sir, if you have psychic abilities to see into the future, I want you to channel all of that energy into the Powerball. And I want you to win the lottery so that you can go and buy the elections that you want to buy. But you don't tell Black Chicago what to do at all. And so I want you guys to take that with you as well, because as we keep progressing and winning, the adversarial message toward us is going to get stronger, and we don't have time to fight anybody. If they say, "What do you like Trump?" the answer is yes. If they say, "Why you like Trump?" say, "Because he said MAGA and I'm an American." If he say "Make America Great Again," he talking about me, my family, my neighbors, my neighborhood, and my country. America first. For an American, I'm an American, and that's it. Don't argue, don't fuss, don't fight, because they are really, truly looking for a fight right now because they are losing abysmally. Abysmally. I'm looking at the comments. Someone says P. Ray, or correctional officer for lockdown on YouTube, said, P. Ray, you're going to need to be provided some security. We need to look into this seriously. I agree. I've been telling them, like, yo, I live on the west side of Chicago and we are making this happen. You know, in Chicago, they beat people up behind stuff like this. But because the people really like P. Ray and they know that I'm not trying to sell the people out, never tried to sell the people out, never tried to come up off anybody's ignorance, I feel like I'm protected, but I definitely need that security because it's going down and we are winning, and we are winning big. And again, y'all, it is just overwhelming to see. Sir, is it time to wrap us up? Okay, I got 5 more minutes. All right, I got 5 more minutes. I could take another call. Give me a call, 773-345-9977, 773-345-9977. Give us a call and tell us what you think. Wavelin King says every YouTube platform has Black folks backing Trump. Yes, I told y'all Black folks voting for Trump. I don't know why people thought I was lying for 3 years. Why would I just wake up every day, get in my car, burn my gas to sit on the mic and lie to people about Black support for Trump? No, in real life, we're voting for Donald Trump and we're not ashamed. We are saying it loud. We are saying it proud. All of that mess that they pulled in 2020 will not work. You understand? Every trick that they've tried is not working. I saw an interview, like a town hall focus group type thing on MSNBC, and they had Black people from Philly. There were 7 of them, and they were talking about how they feel like the Democratic Party has taken advantage of them. They feel like they've given their votes for years and they have nothing to show for it. The schools are bad, violence is out of control, people are losing their houses, we are losing our wealth. So what have we gained by being Democrats? And the person who did this interview on MSNBC was sitting there shocked with their mouths open, like, what? Black people are saying this? Yes, Black people are saying this. This is very, very serious. So to that point again, y'all, next Saturday, and I know I got some of my Chicago Red people watching as well. They're like, P-Ray, next Saturday, y'all, we pulled it together. I told y'all we working every day. Next Saturday on 70th and Hosted at noon, we are doing a Trump rally on the south side of Chicago in the Inglewood community. They call for us and we are showing up. We are hosting Trump rallies all around the city all summer. We did one on Central and Madison. Now we're going out south to do it in front of the Trump rally. I'm sorry, in front of the Trump mural. And then our next one will be back on the west side. And that's going to be on Chicago Avenue in Laramie. So I went up there. Y'all know that's my hood. That when I say Chicago Avenue in Laramie, that's my hood. That is 100% P. Ray land. Okay. So I go up there because the guys are out there doing what they do. And I get up there, they like, Ray! And I'm like, what's up, y'all? So, I hug everybody or whatever. They're like, what's up? What you doing? I said, hey, I want to do this Trump rally. So they're like, oh, it was a Trump rally down on Madison and Central. I say, that's me. They're like, oh, okay. Well, what you want to do? I said, I want to have one right here. They said, if you come right here, we got you. You protected. I promise you. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you. Bring your people. We with that too. We support Trump. Every time we go to a location and we talk to the people in the neighborhood, they are all very, 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 very excited to, one, bring a Trump rally to their neighborhood, two, be acknowledged as Trump supporters, and three, they want to participate. Black Chicago is going for Trump. We going for Trump. We have left the Democratic Party now. Y'all know Danny Davis is my godfather. I love him to death, and I'm going to vote for him because that's a personal relationship. So I ain't going to dump Danny Davis. But everybody else, y'all have got to get off the stage. Boo. Boo. We don't want them. We don't want them around us. We don't want to hear what they got to say. We don't want to hear any more lies, any more gaslighting, any more trickery, any of that, because we are done. We're not stupid, y'all. They're the ones that need to read more. They're the ones that need to do better because we know what's going on. We know what's going on. We, again, will not be tricked. We will not be fooled. This is a serious matter. If Chicago does not vote properly in this upcoming election, you better download Duolingo on your phone and start learning some Spanish. Vote Trump or learn Spanish. With that being said, we are at the end of the show, which means that we are, can I get the audio? Thank you. We are at the end of the show and the music is playing. I just want to let everybody know, you guys, we are in a space right now where we have all the power in the world. We have the ability to craft the government and city that we want with federal help because Donald Trump is going to be our president. The only way that we are going to teach the Democrats in this city to respect us is by leaving them. Putting on your gym shoes, tying them up real tight, and running to the right. No more compromise. No more making comfort in chaos. No more spending all your tax money. No more victimizing villains. This is America, and we are Americans, and we deserve to have a great America, too. So it's Black MAGA to the world. This is P. Ray of Black Excellence Hour, a show for people with high self-esteem. I love you so much. Saturday, 70th in Halsted, in front of the Trump mural. Be there, baby, because a time is finna be had in Chicago. Mwah. See y'all later. Ciao.